Now, are you guys seeing this super chat here? MDB 2006. Thank you very much for the 4.99 super chat. He says, well, apparently Avantae may be out the door, deleted everything Miami off his social media, posted and deleted a tweet saying, it's been fun, Miami.
I just checked, and that is, in fact, I don't know about the out the door, of course, because that's a little jumping to conclusions. However, he did delete all of his Miami stuff, which
And what is
is
that?
unfortunate and very interesting.
Yeah, quite the turn of events there. What do you think about that, Slim?
Huh.
Me personally, when it comes to stuff on social media, I'm more interested in my belly button lint, to be honest with you. I think people read too much into it. Because here's the thing. Where's he can't transfer anywhere.
And I will say it's interesting times, right? Because at the end of the day, some of these guys are 18, 19 years old. And with social media, it could be just a scenario to where he's not getting the amount of playtime he wants. And this is not throwing shots. Do not take this out of context. It could be him kind of venting a little bit about it by saying, well, I'm taking my Miami stuff off of here because he's pissed in the moment, right?
Right.
And so in a way, like you said, you kind of can't look too much into it in a way, but that is a little unfortunate if we're seeing that, because then you also don't want to start creating that issues like in the locker room, with guys like arguing back and forth about things like this. So definitely don't like to see that.
No, I don't think any of us want to see him leave. But here's the thing. Regardless of where you think Miami is today, regardless of what their schedule is today, every single member of that staff is an A++ recruiter. Mm-hmm. So if Avantae Williams wants to get in his feelings and leave, have fun.
Yeah, I've always had that same mentality regardless of who the player is, and it's never personal. If they want to hit the portal, next man up, because I only want players at the University of Miami. Like I said, I don't care if they come in as a 5-star, have all this hype, whatever. If you don't want to be at Miami, I don't want that guy on the field, because I want guys who are willing to give their all for Miami, bleed orange and green. So if they're not happy, sometimes even if it's like a mental thing, that can translate to the field. So not saying that I want, because I do not want Avantae to leave. I love Avantae Williams. We literally just talked about him a few minutes ago, talking about how he's an absolute baller. Ton of potential there, loads of talent. But again, if any guy, any player in there, if they want to hit the portal, I would not be standing in their way begging them to stay, I guess is the point I'm trying to make.
Right. Nobody's that important. It's one player. And yes. I don't like things like that. If you're on a team, you chose to be on a team, like even when I was young playing sports growing up, my mom and dad, you joined the team. If something went wrong, they were, no, you committed to this. You are going to be there for every game. And that's who you are as a character. That's your character. You're going to be there and you're going to commit. Now, when you get done, you can do whatever you want to do, move along, go do something else. But if you commit to something, you give it 100%. And I don't think these people who do things like this, it's doing nothing but hurting their later career, because any NFL teams, anything like that, where they want to go, these people are going to look at them and say, they bailed on this. How committed are they actually going to be to us? And so I think it's a dumb move.
Perfect example of that. Now I don't know this for a fact, but I think this speaks to exactly what you're saying. Why do you think that Tate Martell decided to give up football? Because he was at Ohio State, transferred to Miami, left there, transferred somewhere else, and NFL scouts are looking at that. Right. Absolutely. And now let's keep something in perspective, because I like that. I like that word, perspective. Avantae Williams got there last year. So depending on where his birthday is, Avantae Williams is somewhere around 18, 19 years old. All of us remember being 18 or 19 years old. You get in your little feelings and you change your mind about as often as you change your underwear.
Right. To be fair, right? Because I know people always say these aren't kids; these are young men, which I do agree. Once you turn 18, you're a man, But when I do think back, I'm 33. Again, people think I'm 15 and live in my mother's basement, as we found out during my live stream today. However, I'm 33. I'm not 33. I'm 32. I'm 32 years old. When I think back to when I was 18, I'm like, what was I doing?
Right.
Like, what was I thinking?
You were like, I was an idiot back
then. Yeah. So, I mean, you make some mistakes. You make some questionable decisions and stuff. So,
and it's funny, the older you get, like at 33, you look back at 18 and go, gosh, I was an idiot back then. And now I'm 46. I look back at 33 and go, gosh, I was an idiot back then. So it just keeps happening in your life.
I look back at 18 and think, geez, I was an idiot. And I look at it now and I'm like, wow, I'm 34. I'm still an idiot.
Right.
That's probably the best way to look at it. That's what I should adopt.
Right, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, we just you live and you learn though, and I guess that's going to happen your whole life. But I don't think it's good for these people to go out and do these things. I guess what LSU had the same problem last weekend, right?
They did. Butte or however you say his name.
Yeah, didn't he go do the same thing? So
and he's in the exact same position because they have changed some of the transfer rules. Are you going to give up your entire season because you're mad now? Because you can't transfer anywhere now. They can't take you.
Right. And Avantae, he's a freshman, right?
Or is he a sophomore?
Yeah, so he's probably looking at, I mean, who knows? I mean, this is all speculation at this point anyway.
Yeah. Hopefully he stays a Cane. So
yeah, he might have just been crying, stomping his feet, jumping around because he didn't get enough snaps or something like that. Or like Palm Beach Cane said, coaches might have brought up his mistakes and hurt his feelings,
Right. I mean, and we all saw it, and a perfect example as far as this year. I mean, everybody saw Spencer Rattler at Oklahoma last year literally throwing a temper tantrum on the sidelines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you see him play at South Carolina now. There's a reason he got benched. There's a reason you're taking criticism. There's a reason that you're not getting more snaps. So this is, I think, a good piece of really life advice for anybody, but definitely football players. Focus on what you can do, not stuff that's outside of your control.
Fair.
Right. I totally agree. But yeah, I mean, let's move on from that. I don't want to give too much attention to, a pouty 18-year-old and his Instagram account or something like that. Because I'm kind of with you, Slim. I really don't care about social media that much.
Yeah, I'm really not. YouTube is the extent of my social media.